Yes, my name is Thomas Lyons. I'm a husband and a father of a 17-year-old junior here at ACS. Professionally, I'm a diplomat, and currently I serve at the United States Embassy here in La Paz, and I'm the Counselor for Political and Economic Affairs. I'm also an ordained deacon in the United Methodist denomination, or the Global Methodist denomination in the United States. I've served on the board of the Hokkaido International School. I was president of the board of the American Employee Association in Accra, Ghana, and I've served on the boards of 3 of my last 4 churches. We came to La Paz in August of last year. My daughter has been here at ACS since August of last year, and I've met with Tim and Andrew Krause both individually and as part of a group of concerned parents several times through the United States Embassy on issues related to the school. So I see the role of a board member principally as to represent the interest of the community which they represent, to protect and represent those interests. And as a member of the American community and as a member of the U.S. Embassy community, I take that role seriously. I intend to protect and represent those interests, knowing that the American community here was not only foundational to the start of ACS, but also represents an important stakeholder in terms of both student population and financially to the board. But that's not really the question. The question that was asked was not how I would represent the community to the school, but how I'd represent ACS to the community. I firmly believe that ACS can and should be a model educational institution, not only in terms of academics, but of character of the students. ACS's mission statement says that you're to build critical thinking, lifelong learners, and responsible world citizens. And I think that last part is the most important part, building responsible world citizens. And I think ACS does have the potential to be an important formational experience for kids to become those world citizens. The schools that ACS competes with, both in La Paz and internationally, understand this and take this seriously. They understand that the kids that have the best character also excel better academically and excel in life. I think the schools that push kids to pursue the good, the true, and the beautiful, which I believe are objectively definable characteristics, those schools have better graduation rates, their kids go on to better colleges, they have better careers, and they become truly the community leaders and world leaders that ACS is really trying to form their kids to do. And I think as a board member, that's what I think our job is as a board, and our responsibility to the community, not only here in La Paz, but to the world, to create those not only responsible world citizens, but world leaders that can that have the character, the values, and the moral ethics, in addition to the quality academics, so that they can be world leaders. Yeah, I'll give 2 examples for that. The first is when I was the president of the Employee Association in Ghana. We were in charge of a commissary that was kind of a supermarket for American citizens, and I worked with the entire community, not only local African staff, with family members and U.S. direct hire employees. We realized that our commissary, which was kind of like a supermarket, was being undercut by Amazon deliveries, and we needed to change. So I worked as the president to completely revise the model for our commissary. First off, we downsized from a supermarket model into a convenience store model, focusing only on the products that serve the community best. That freed up some extra space. We used some reserve funds to convert that extra space into event spaces, which then we rented out to local vendors for snack bars and different things. All these things increased the productivity, increased the profit margin for our commissary, and served the needs of our community a lot better. Another example is when I served on the board of the last church I was in. We were a very diverse church, ecumenical church that came from a lot of different theological backgrounds. We decided that we needed to come up with a core theological statement that represented our beliefs in a way that not only represented who we were and what we held in common, but represented ourselves to the community. We wound up devising a statement, publishing a statement that was clear and concise, but that represented not only the core beliefs of what we all believed, from Catholics to Pentecostals, but who we were as a community, that helped define us. I think the primary thing that you need to keep in mind when you're working with a team of board members is what that common goal is. Defining that common goal is the most important piece of any organization. Knowing what the goals are, whether you have when other board members have different ideas or come with different perspectives, having a shared vision of where we're trying to go and what we're trying to accomplish is the most important piece in working collaboratively with any board. So right now I'm dealing with that issue in my current job. We're trying very hard to bring foreign assistance, United States foreign assistance, back to Bolivia. Since the USAID was dismissed from the country in 2008, Bolivia has lost a lot in terms of foreign assistance. But I've been able to work closely with the government to identify common goals where the United States foreign assistance, which has been so valuable to the Bolivian people, is seen as valuable by the government. We've been able to convince them that there are places that we can work together in health, education, and disaster assistance. At the same time, I've had to work and influence my own government, particularly USAID. Although there's no way that we're going to have a USAID office back here in Bolivia, that they can do individual programs that meet the mutual needs of both Bolivians and Americans. And I've been able to successfully do that. Just last week, we were able to bring about 200 wash kits to people affected by flooding in Cobija. So these are ways that I'm working together to meet the mutual needs of both countries.